This is the barracks, and we kept one of the bad guys in this barracks, Sergeant Wad. Get it? W-O-D, Well of Demons. That's this guy right here. We used a piezo face card to represent him, and then our own templates, which you can download on our website to put his stats on the back. So this is where Sergeant Wad stayed, and he had a Knoll guard bodyguard with him here. But that was his quarters using a custom bed mold from one of our friends at Gen Con, Jeff, and then just touched his quarters up. Next up, there's a portion in the module here that talks about two tieflings that are trying to make a deal with the Gnoll and the Gnoll priestess. And we already had the group get ambushed by tieflings, so I really didn't think they would trust them at all. So I had to mix it up a little bit. So I just took a couple gnomes. You can see the minis right there. And I named them Frack and Frick. Right, there's Frack, like so. Okay, and then here's Frick. Again, these are images. I just download them off Google Images, put them in a little Photoshop template, and then I make little cards. Again, always want to put a name or a face to the name of who you're fighting. This makes it more interesting, and you can always reflect back on it later. So these are our two guys here. We have them. They're going to approach the group saying that they got lost and that they went too far in the dungeon and their invisibility ran out. And then they're not going to have any weapons on them when the group goes ahead. They're going to pull weapons out of the wall and armor and stuff, and then they're going to try to ambush the group, but only after they've been worn down by the next two rooms. So we'll show you those. Okay, the next room in the Well of Demons East is the Knoll Quarters. In this one, here's our item card. Again, if you got a certain figure in there, that's our Hellfire Gnoll Priestess. Okay, and the mini that I use there, that's actually one of a Harbinger Gnolls, one of the originals. I love that set to death. So this is the Priestess little quarters. You'll notice a Dwarven Forge little scroll piece there, and if the group comes into this room before they go into the next room, he's going to have a little invisibility kind of teleport thing that gets him into the temple so that he can be with his Bargura, whatever the heck that thing is. So now we'll show you the temple. Next up, we have the temple that the Gnolls kind of do some of their stuff in, and there's a key to this temple is that one of the items is actually here, but they have to collect 4 items in the inner sanctum. Again, we used Paizo's item cards and made that. One of them is the book. It's the Book of Wrath Unveiled. So used a magic item template there. Okay, the little item we actually perfect from Dwarven Forge. There's the book that you can get from one of their accessory sets. One of the best you'll ever find, by the way. Some significant things here. Went with a dark blue charcoal kind of floor to represent the temple, nice and perfect and neat. This time we use the dungeon tile effect, but we have it sunken in, right? Give that a little 3D kind of thing. This baddie that protects the temple, he actually won't be in there in the beginning. We added a trait to him that says he can burrow under the ground and actually kind of stay there. He stays cool under the sand. And then if someone goes up to the altar and passes this little archway right here, he then pops out to attack them. So you modify monsters however you want to make the game fun, right? There's some neat touches in this temple. One is these cool little skull things. Those are from a Dwarven Forge, like a lake kind of set, cavernous set. I can't remember which one. You'll spot it easy on the site, but I love those skull piles. Next thing you'll notice is the statue. Right, and this statue was not easy, guys. I'm going to move it up just a little bit so you can see it. Patience, patience, patience when you try to paint stuff, right? I was trying to get a real good stone look on it, you know, and I did my Games Workshop paints, and I was going too fast. So Enigma said, hey, why don't you put a black wash on there, black ink wash. I did that, and then I painted them again, and I did dry brush, different dry brush steps. Now it really does kind of look like a statue, and I just found this piece in the Gamers Inn Bitbox. It was just in there. Someone's going to throw it away, so I resurrected it, and I feel like that's kind of a Gnoll idol kind of thing going on. And then what you'll see too is we put some flock on there, and that kind of shows, you know, the whole chip stone kind of thing, right? We can turn it around. That looks pretty cool, right? I kind of think it looks like stone. But boy, oh boy, that was a challenge. And then I used Her Starts Egyptian walls. Again, nice contrast with the pieces, very important. And those, I painted those as different mixtures of brown. And that kind of gives it that tomb kind of unearthed feel, right? So I tried to use all those elements to make the temple a unique room, and then put it up on a pedestal, of course. Okay, there's one more room we're going to show you, and that's coming up here. That's the Knoll, their little archery range. Next thing we have to show you guys is the Knoll practice hall, and again, we tried to do something special in this particular one. There's some interesting features in here for you guys. One is there are hay bales, right? 2 rows of them. Remember I was telling you about the wire on the hay bale? Well, you can also do like a little rope on the hay bale, like so. So see? You know, just try to mix it up. Got to have things be a little bit different from piece to piece. Then we had some more kind of like hyenas, kind of wolves kind of thing. I had this be kind of the parent or the mother and father, see the 2 heads, wolf, and made special monster stats for that. Next thing you see is the, remember one of the missions in the module is to rescue this boar. It's a side mission, and so we created a special monster for him, and we called him a hell boar. Okay, and he's got some interesting traits to him, but you'll notice he's guarded by 3 different wolves here. Those are great Mage Knight miniatures. We have a tutorial on how to rebase those since nobody makes minis anymore. Everyone gave up on that. Tokens are for suckers. Don't use tokens. Try something different. Make some minis. But basically, there he is, right? Flocked him, rebased him, used the Gale Force 9 base. Okay. There's some interesting things here that the Hellboar, remember those Gnolls are taking target practice at him. So he can when he panics, he kind of throws a little excrement on the floor and does some spraying and all that nasty stuff, and then he can let one loose, and when he does it, it could actually ignite flames. So we use these Gale Force 9 flames here, and it, depending on where the party is, they might get stuck in a little mini fireball, right? So we're going to introduce those into the counter. Another thing that we did is, you'll notice we use that metal gate again, and we tried to do some 3D effects in it, in that we bent some of the pieces around to show like the boar has been kicking and bucking in this little pen while the Gnolls shoot arrows at him, and he's slowly going to break out of there. And then there's a skill challenge where the party can, if they use some of their skills, they can have the boar fight with them, or if they don't do it right, the boar will fight against them. So we try to introduce another skill challenge into the mix. And then some subtle pieces here. We even found some quivers and arrows here, and then we painted those up and added those to the room, right? Since they're in like a little archery range kind of thing. Again, the little touches is what always makes your room. I know you get to the end of making a room and you kind of tire out. Try to do one more little thing and it really can make your room pop. So there it is, guys. This is Ben from Ben's RPG Pal. You can say hey to us on Twitter. You can catch out our weekly blog. You can check out our weekly video podcast where you can see us play these maps in action. We have a great Facebook page where we post lots of fun links and videos of stuff we find on the internet. And thanks for tuning into the YouTube channel. The response has been overwhelming, and we appreciate every single one of you and all the great comments and emails you send us. So there it is, guys. Thanks.